it's going to be even better. I will not sell off my MSTR. I won't. I might have, right now I'm battling margin because what I did was dumb. So now I'm in a bad place. Maybe I get wrecked. I don't know, but I don't think I'm going to. No, I'm fine, especially with my stock picks. Yeah, it's not my stock picks that are a problem. My stock picks are fine.
Stop buying that crypto, Joey Shaw!
Nvidia beat on earnings, ladies and gentlemen. Nvidia is up it jumped from 186 to 187.74. I do have shares of Nvidia, 100 of them, at 187.5. So I'm in the green barely. But if this is going to go back to 212, you better believe I'm holding for that grand. So Nvidia did beat on earnings. And that's good. We needed this. People were really, really like, come on, please beat, please beat. I do believe Nvidia will see over the long term 300, then 500, then 1,000 again. That's going to take time. It's not going to happen right away, but I do believe in that. That's why it's a great long-term hold. So if you're looking for a great long-term hold, Nvidia is the way to go. Now, with that off to the side, for this video, because this is a Read the Charts episode, for this episode of Read the Charts, I'm going to show you something very important. So you better pay close attention because this matters. This is very important to take note of. So Nvidia is the one pumping on earnings, right? That makes sense. It had good earnings. It beat on earnings. It's pumping. Cool. That's awesome, right? But wait a minute. What then why are other stocks pumping that aren't related to Nvidia? Why are they moving? That doesn't make sense, right? They're not the one, they're not the ones who beat on earnings. Like, right? Think about, like, why is Robinhood didn't have earnings today. So why is it up $5 in after hours? That doesn't make sense. That's kind of silly, right? Like, think about that. Hood didn't have earnings. SoundHound is up to 1234. It didn't have earnings. So why is it moving? NVTS, why is this moving? It's not. It didn't have earnings. What's going on here? So there's a lot of stocks that follow Nvidia. Write that down. That's very important. There are a lot of stocks. I repeat, there are a lot of stocks that follow Nvidia's price action. So when Nvidia goes up, a lot of AI, quantum, anything to do with technology tends to follow. And so the closer your favorite stock follows Nvidia, the more money you're going to make. And the reason for that is because if Nvidia goes up and your stock follows, and we know that Nvidia keeps going up over the long term, right? We can look at that. We can verify this, right? Let's look at the monthly time frame, right? It just keeps going up over the long term, right? Yearly time frame just keeps going up. Any red year, bear market, nothing more than a dip buying opportunity. So I want you to go to your watch list. If we know that Nvidia just keeps going up over the long term and your favorite stock follows it, then it's hard to lose, right? Because we know it's going to follow it. Of course, there will be some times where Nvidia is going up and your favorite stock drops because maybe your favorite stock had bad earnings or whatever the case. Maybe they diluted, etc. But if you're buying good ones that don't dilute or reverse split, you will have plenty of opportunities to make the big bucks on the way up to new highs. Now, we did have good earnings. Yes, Nvidia is up right now. We'll see how we look tomorrow, of course, right? Because this could just be a little pump and then we just continue lower anyways. So it's nothing to get it's something to get excited about in terms of the advantage I'm stuttering. You have an advantage right now because you're about to learn something very valuable. So if I go to my watch list here and I look at what stocks moved up with Nvidia the most, let's take a look. So Nvidia up 5%. It pumped on earnings, right? So what do you notice? Hood didn't have earnings and it moved $4. So that's a good one to keep on your watch list. Why? Because we know it follows Nvidia. We know that for a fact. Because the only stock that had earnings was Nvidia, right? Not Hood. So Hood, we know that we can buy and hold that long term because we know it's going to continue to go up. And when Nvidia performs well, it performs well. Let's look at SoFi. It didn't move much, but it is following, right? In after hours, it moved 50 cents. APLD moved 15%. 15% up in after hours. SoundHound up 6%. So you'll notice that the ones that are very correlated with Nvidia tend to move the most. So let's go through the watch list, right? This is a lesson video. So MP Materials only moved 2%. That's kind of not really following Nvidia, and it makes sense because this has nothing to do with tech or Nvidia, semiconductors or anything like that. HUD, I have no idea why it's following Nvidia, but it is cool. I'll take it, right? Semiconductor ETF, of course, follows Nvidia. SoFi, I can't say it has strong correlation, mainly because it only moved 2%. Meanwhile, APLD moved 15% on Nvidia's earnings. That's kind of stupid, right? That just doesn't make sense. But that's a good thing. The fact that we know this, that Nvidia pumping caused APLD to pump a lot more. And I've been telling you guys, I think this is the king of its sector. If Nvidia continues to perform, which it will, right? It keeps going up over the long term. We know APLD will do so too. This is why I've been telling you it's going to go to 100. We'll see who listens. APLD, look at that. That's very strong correlation. Not only that, but very strong movement on Nvidia's earnings, not even its own earnings, on Nvidia's earnings, on somebody else's earnings. That's silly, but that's something we can take advantage of. SoundHound, 6%, that's good. The fact that it has that kind of correlation, the fact that it's moving 6% on someone else's earnings, that's good. GRNY, not so much, so let's remove that. So I want you to go through your watch list and get rid of whatever's not following Nvidia and moving 6-10%, like at least 5% plus, right? Because the stronger the correlation, the better. That's why I'm saying APLD 15%. Wow. Tesla, up, it's up 1%, so that's not good. It should have moved up a lot. And that's not enough. NVTS, look at that. It's up 13% in after hours. So you want to keep that on your watch list. This is why I always tell you guys, if you buy AI stocks in tech, it's going to be very hard to lose. Now, if you want to lose money and be down 70K like Joey Shaw at the beginning of the video, sure, buy your crypto, buy your MSTR, your BMNR, go ahead. If you want easy money, just buy stocks related to tech, AI, robotics. I've been saying that. You can't tell me I haven't. I've been pounding the table on that. And I've been saying that because I've never revealed this secret until now. Because I know some of you weren't aware of this, but there's very strong correlation between some of these stocks and Nvidia's performance. When Nvidia performs well, guess what? Everything comes up, and some of them come up quite a bit, right? 13%, 15%. So the fact that this one moved 13%, I've been telling you to buy the purple line. I can't buy everything. I'm buying SoundHound because I know that one's very well correlated with Nvidia's price movement, right? It follows it. And I've been buying APLD, right? Nvidia, I have shares. So HUD, I buy that. I bought that. I don't think I hold any, but yeah. Rich Tech Robotics up 6%. That's good. The fact that it follows Nvidia's Rich Tech Robotics didn't have earnings, right? It was Nvidia. So this is good. Palantir up 3%. It did say 4% at one point, but I'll give it a pass. I'll give this the exception because it performs very well anyways. But yeah, Palantir, even though it didn't go up like 10-20%, the fact that it's following Nvidia and it's around the same price as Nvidia, right? Nvidia only moved 5.5%. This moved 3.8% on earnings that's not even its own. So I'm going to give it a pass, right? Because this is a really good company. Meta only moved, it didn't really move much, right? So that doesn't, no correlation really there at that point. BBAI moved 4%, right? That's cool, awesome. It's not its earnings, it's Nvidia's earnings, and it moved 4% in after hours. Cool. IonQ moved to what, $2 almost? I'm going to have to give it the thumbs up. Sybil, that's going to do its own thing because it's a penny stock. Netflix, it actually went down in after hours because it has nothing to do with technology. It's, it's entertainment. So, of course, that's not going to have it's doing the opposite, if anything. That's kind of funny. ARGB, that's crypto, has nothing to do with tech, right? Riot up 3%. That's just very odd, but it's, I don't know why it's up 3% on Nvidia's earnings, but sure. TSSI had really bad earnings, so I wouldn't recommend it. You do have to still do your due diligence on the companies themselves. This one had really bad earnings. Their revenues dropped 40%, so we can't give it the thumbs up. CLSK up 6% as well. Yeah, but CLSK is not really, pure tech like IonQ or BBAI. It's not pure AI play. It's not like, and it's not the king of infrastructure like APLD. So I'm going to remove it because it's not really on that level. We're looking for the best ones that are going to be on that, higher echelon. So there you go. I just did it with my watch list. Look at that. Hey, this is Nvidia's earnings. So why the hell is this moving 15%? Why is this moving 14%? Right? Like that doesn't make sense. But we know now which ones. So this is important to do it today, by the way. Why I used to have all the numbers telling you like, hey, this moves 14% on someone else's earnings. This is why I've been telling you, if you buy these stocks on my watch list, APLD, SoFi, SoundHound, Regtech Robotics, I always talk about BBAI, Palantir. I've been telling you IonQ. I made my first video for IonQ now because it's real cheap. Robinhood, SoundHound, I love SoundHound, but I didn't love it back at 20s. I stopped making videos because I'm like, what is there to talk about? I'm not going to talk about it up here. That's stupid. This is where I'm going to be making videos. And then when it goes back up here, I'm going to be like, I'm not going to talk about it because it just, what's the point? We already bought down here. We're already buying down here. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I make a lot of videos when it's down here, not up here, because what is there to talk about? Hey guys, let's wait for the purple line. Like, come on. APLD is still a buy despite the 15% pump. I'm still going to add more and average up. I'm not concerned at all. If you guys listen to me, a lot of you are going to walk away like, oh my God, if you just buy the good ones, it's just too easy. You're just going to be flabbergasted at how easy it is. So yeah, go through your watch list. I mean, maybe your watch list isn't as huge as mine, right? Because mine is enormous. You can just keep scrolling down and you'll see like, there's a bunch of them, right? So yeah, go through and see what is moving up. Poet is up 8% in post market. So does it follow Nvidia? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know it that well, but it looks good, right? So yeah, you can just feel free to copy my watch list. Quite frankly, just add to your watch list HUD, Nvidia, SMH, APLD, Sound, NVTS, RR, Palantir, BBAI, IonQ. Honestly, if you put money into these, I just don't see how you don't make a lot of money in the future, as long as you're willing to be patient. So there you go. That's reading the charts, right? This is a reading the charts episode, and I hope you learned like something very valuable here. Some stocks will follow Nvidia on the way up to 300, and those cheaper stocks like APLD and VTS, because they're so much cheaper, when Nvidia goes to 300, these are going to be at like $20, and you're obviously going to make like hundreds of percentages in return. Of course, you could buy Nvidia and it's safer because it's more established, but if you want to make more, you buy the cheaper ones. And that's why I've been saying buy NVTS, it's going to go to 20. SoundHound going to go back to 20. APLD going to go to 50, then 100. Robinhood's going to go to 200. Regtech Robotics, I believe that will go to 10. Palantir 200 plus, 200, 250. BBAI back to 10 plus. IonQ 100. I don't know what more I can tell you. I'm trying to help you here, so you better give this a like. I don't even know what to say. So this is awesome. Now, if we do go into a bear market, again, be ready. Have a game plan for that. That's going to happen at some point, right? We don't go up forever, just like we don't go down forever. So still have a game plan for that. When that does happen, you'll be ready and you'll be grateful. Like, oh, thank God I'm ready for this. And then you pull up your wad of cash that you had on the side for bear markets. All right, guys. It's been a wild ride. We're very discounted under the purple line on a lot of stocks. Some of these are so incredible they didn't even come down to the purple line, and they're nothing more than huge buying opportunities. So let's see what tomorrow brings and the rest of the week. This has been episode who knows what. I don't even know what episode this is of the Know the Charts series. We didn't even read charts. I mean, I guess we did, right? We read the charts and you learned about correlation between cheaper stocks and the bigger boys. So you can apply this to Bitcoin too. I think we already know about Bitcoin, right? When Bitcoin goes up, Bitcoin miners go up. When Bitcoin goes down, Bitcoin miners go down, right? That tends to be the case. So, but some more correlated strongly versus others. So yeah, that's all I got to say. You learned something new if you're a beginner. If you already knew about this, then I don't know what you're watching, what you're watching for. I'll see you guys in the next one.